What is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video. And man oh man, I am so pissed off at this game. So this is the Green Bay Packers Beast recap episode. Yeah. So the Packers lost today to the Browns. We shouldn't have, but we did. We choked at the end. We dominated this entire game, and we choked at the end. We had, I mean, we should have had a lot of scores early on, but overall, we had the game in the bag and we blew it. Just awful performance. Defense did pretty good, but just just not enough points. I mean, the interception that we got right before halftime, we shouldn't have. The guy who got the interception shouldn't have caught it because we would have had the ball at midfield, and that could have possibly led to points. Or at least running the play. You never know. So I was pissed off about that because, I mean, you're not going to go for it with 2 seconds left on the 2-yard line when it's 3-0. So that issue, just not really enough efficiency despite, playing really good in this game. The final drive, where the interception that set up the Browns' first touchdown of the game with like 3 minutes left, and then to get that, we drive down the field to get into field goal range. There was not much urgency in that final drive. There was not much urgency in that final drive once Tucker Kraft got the big catch and run into the red zone. There was not much urgency right there, in my opinion, there by the Packers. Josh Jacobs almost fumbled the ball. He managed to recover the ball. There was some challenged. They challenged it, obviously, or there was booth reviewed or whatever. They did keep the ball because there wasn't enough evidence to show that the Browns had recovered it, which they didn't. But then after that, they just called running plays, not screen passes, to try and see, hey, what we can do. Down there, they played very soft on, the field goal with 26 seconds left. They kicked the field goal, but it was blocked. Tucker Kraft, the blocking there was not very executed very well. I was not happy about it. And then, of course, the Browns got the ball, got a quick pass out, and then, of course, 2 seconds left, spiked the ball and kicked the field goal, 55-yard field goal, and won the game 13-10. Very, very disappointing. A trap game nonetheless. Very, very disappointed in the game. We did get a touchdown in the midst of the third quarter by John is our backup tight end. John Fitzpatrick, yeah. But there was nothing really else to write up. I mean, we didn't do enough offense. We were playing better on offense than the Browns were, but it was still not enough. Just not enough. Not enough efficiency in this game. And I knew, if you watched our Beast Picks predictions, I believed we were going to win this game, but I also said it was going to be pretty close. It was going to be a pretty close touchdown game. I believe I said it was about going to be like 24-16, I think I said, if I'm not mistaken. And I thought it would be close to the wire because of the Browns' defense, the front four that they had on the Browns, which is kind of how it happened. Not exactly how I thought it would happen, because it was much more low scoring than I originally thought. But you can't make those mistakes. And it's just a very disappointing. I mean, we're playing Dallas next week. Mark Parsons, former team. But, this is something we got to clean up. This is a team that we definitely should have beaten. The Browns are not going to be threatening anybody this year as a team. So to lose to a team like this just really pisses me off and upsets me, because now I'm going to have to hear it for another week. And all the corrections that are going to be needed out of this. Very disappointing. I was very, very angry. I mean, when I seen it, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe how much it changed and switched within that last 2 minutes of the game that we had dominated the whole game. Jordan Love, 18 for 25, 183 yards passing. He had 1 touchdown pass. He had 5 sacks, and again, that's another thing when it comes to the Browns front four. This was another problem. At the end of the third quarter, another issue Jordan Love made was with 1 second left, he snapped the ball on 3rd and 1. We didn't get it, and he took a sack instead of throwing it away, so it ended up being 4th and 9 instead of being 4th and 1, which could have potentially gone for it because it was at midfield. So that was another issue I had with Jordan Love today. Very, very poor decisions, I think, overall. Again, that boneheaded interception he made at the end, I mean, it was a low throw, but still an interception, and they got it all the way down, I think, to the 5-yard line. Just very, very disappointing. Josh Jacobs had 16 attempts for 30 yards rushing. They did record it. They recorded it. But, yeah. Wilson had 6 attempts for 25 yards. Jordan Love had 4 attempts for 18 yards. Goldman had 3 attempts for 9 yards. Speaking of Matthew Goldman, he was our leading receiver with 4 receptions for 52 yards. They did try to get him more involved in this game, like I thought they would. But with the defense the way they were today, we didn't get anybody over 100 yards today. Josh Jacobs had 5 attempts for 44 yards. Tucker Kraft had 3 receptions for 29 yards. Romeo Doubs only had 2 receptions for 25 yards. Wicks had 2 receptions for 21 yards. And then, obviously, John Fitzpatrick had 2 receptions for 12 yards, and he had the only touchdown of the game. Like I said, yep. Xavier had the interception. And that was right before halftime when they went for it on 4th and 8. And I just think, because if it would have been incomplete, it's turnover on downs and we get it right there. And that was just not communicated. All he had to do was just like, hey, bat it down, just drop the ball and let it, go back to the Packers. We would have got it right on the midfield on offense. 2 seconds left, but we could have tried to go for a Hail Mary or a long field goal because we were on midfield. Probably would have gone for a Hail Mary, but hey, it's another shot to possibly get something there. So that was a bad move there. There wasn't really much to write up about. We got a total of 2 sacks. Gary had both of them. Parsons didn't have any, but, he was being doubled a lot in this game. But, yeah, there's nothing really other to write for. I'm very, very disappointed. I'm only calm now because I did this video, like, a while after my disdain and my very, very pissed off language nature of me having to see this train wreck of a freaking game unfold with the last 2 minutes because it was ridiculous. Just bad execution, and just bad decision making by Jordan Love. Really, I mean, that's really the go back to it. I mean, Jordan Love, made a poor decision, and it cost us. It really fucking cost us. Excuse my French, but it did. You cannot do that. You cannot give up those points in those situations. After we have dominated them on defense. And it's just a very, very unfortunate situation nonetheless. Next week we have the Dallas Cowboys, and we got to rebound very, very quickly against the Cowboys, Parsons' former team, and beat them because they're pretty desperate right now too, I would say. Them losing to the Bears. So we got to regroup. And hope for the best right now. Because, I know we wanted to see, an undefeated team for a while, but maybe in the end that this might be better because we're not going to be undefeated for a while. Because, we have a good team. We just need, we need to get better on offense, like right now. We did play up against a good defense, but this is a team that's not going to be contending. The Browns are not going to be a contending team this year for the playoffs. And you can't give up losses to teams that aren't going to be in the playoffs. So it was 13-10 as the final low-scoring game again. But we got to do better. Jordan Love's got to step up much better, especially for next week against Jerry World. But yeah, guys, that's it. Very disappointing loss. Very, very disappointing loss, guys. It's a very unfortunate situation, but we gotta buckle up, and we gotta get ready for the Dallas next week. Make sure to comment, rate. If you like this video or my videos, please subscribe. Hit the notification bell for the latest content. Thank you. And that's about it, guys. I am the SS Ultimate Goku, and I'm out of here. Peace! Also, make sure, besides my YouTube channel, to follow me on the Twitch, the Instagram, and I do have a Discord link in the description where we discuss various topics, lots of various topics, including this one here. So make sure to check that out. Now I'm out. Peace.